the course this year yet. I'll do it first thing in the morning, but you walk it and you think individually it's very straightforward, but when you put a bit of pace on with the undulations, it becomes very difficult, and the more pace, the more difficult. So yeah, you've got to be up to it right from the word go.
Andrew, thank you very much. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers, thank you.
He's such a cool cookie, Andrew Nicholson, and we go from one cool cookie to another. Sir Mark Todd for New Zealand with Di Brunston and Peter Catel's Leonidas the second. And this is a horse who was sixth at badminton this year, was Mark Todd's ride at the Rio Olympics last year. And things perhaps haven't gone to plan for Mark in the Event Rider Masters series, but he is out to prove a point. He is hungry for success, and he isn't a double Olympic champion for no reason. He is one of the best in the world, and we can't wait to see how his test unfolds. But this is a horse who averages around the early 40s generally, Dan.
Yeah, I think the pressure's off him a little bit, to be honest, because those two are so far ahead now. I would think he should be thinking about the Austin score and the Sammy Birch score of 40.5 as his target. Leonidas is, well, as you know my love for this horse. I think he's just so talented, and I really expect him to have a big day. 40.4. What I'd be hoping for is that we can stay in this area now, and set themselves up for that if there's any slips from either of the other two tomorrow.
But like, Mark hasn't actually thought the pressure's off. He's like, no, I'm not going to let them get too far behind me. I've never seen him ride this so boldly. He's like, he's not listened to you, Doug. He's like, I'm going to get near those two. I'm not going to settle for being third. I think I've never seen him ride so boldly at the beginning of a test with him. Although it was very good through there. Yeah.
So they scored 40.1 this time last year.
Okay.
44 in Rio. 42 last time out in badminton.
Yeah, so he's just losing his attention a little bit in that extended walk, but he's keeping it. But Shane was going very nicely till this point, so. They're just getting a little anticipation coming around here. Because that's the trouble, they come around here and think, shall we canter? And then you go, no, you're going to do that horrible pirouette thing. Mark rode that very well. Cleverly ridden. Yeah, that could have been a whole heat worse if it had somebody that had pulled at the wrong moment. He was like, no, just let's come to an agreement here. So the canter looks quite tight, which is a bit of a danger sign for the flying changes as he comes around here. Like the hind leg separation keeps varying, and you see how he gets quite jumpy behind. So I think it'll be a good one. Yeah, look, it'll be 70. He just could have been more. You know, the 9 ones, they do it uphill. He sort of did it within it. Yeah.
If there's sevens, there's an 8.5 in there, because that's a key moment now, because he 41.1 as we move into this last very influential part of the test. There you go, 40.9. We're moving close to where I need to see him, where I really want to see him. Sammy Birch and Austin area. I think that sets Leonidas up so well. Here's this final influential moment.
And it's like they're just keeping the horse on the hind leg. Don't let him go too down in the shoulder. Mark, you can see Mark just readjusting the balance all the time, saying to him, wait. Yeah, that was good.
So trending 40.3.
Yeah, that'll be a good mark, that one. I think that was a better change than the previous one.
That sees him go into third as things stand at the moment. He needs to nail this final canter movement up the centre line to the halts. Then the collectives will come in.
Nice back. That'll get a good mark.
We need a good hold. Move us into the 30s. Good collectives and a good hold will get us there.
Good.
Good. Well done.
Well, so Mark Todd, Leonidas the second for Otis, Di Brunston and Peter Cattell. 39.9 trending towards that final halt. We'll be hoping to see that go sub 40, Mark, with the collectives.
Yeah, I'd have thought so, because he rode it so well. The horse had good paces. You think that's going to slip 39?
Mark should be
mark,
good.
yeah, because there was a little tension in the walk, but nothing big. Nothing big.
He was on 40 after his hold. We've got those collectives to come in.
39, hasn't he?
Bring us into the
40
30s, Leo.
Because he's going to get an 8.85 for his riding.
The collectives just coming in
cleverly.
on my screen. They haven't all been updated, but around 40.4 as things stand at the moment.
No, Nicole. Stand by, Nicole. We're in the 30s.
They're dropping down into the 30s.
Yeah.
Let's wait for that provisional score to come in, but it looks like we'll see our third combination in the 30s.
Yes.
We do 39.5, Leonidas the second, and Sir Mark Todd for New Zealand, and they go into third. Well, 3 combinations in this final group of riders have gone into the 30s, and let's go down and catch up with Michael.
Jumping and warming up, and then you like to have that final fence where the horse jumps the fence really, really well before he goes in. Some riders choose to have a spread fence to jump as last fence, others usually an upright fence, so I'm sure they have got that. It's down to a T, and now it's up to them to go in and produce a clear round.
Produce the goods. Well, Leonidas the second, very experienced, was 6th at Badminton in the 4-star this spring, was the horse that Mark Todd rode at the Rio Olympics last year. They're in 5th coming into the second phase here at Barbury. Cannot afford a penalty to hold that position, but if they jump clear, they pile the pressure on within a fence of 3rd place on the podium.
Well, this was another moment of the last year's Event Rider Masters Series. Leonidas, one of the best show jumpers in the field. He came on a huge run of show jumping clears. Huge pressure here at Barbury last year, and it broke that record. We had poles down for the first time. That form continued into the Olympics. It was a shock to all of us, but now 2017 we're back. A clear show jumping round at Belton, a clear show jumping round at Badminton, and hopefully now Barbury we're going to see it again. The pressure's on, but this boy can deliver. One of the best we've seen.
Yes, and of course Mark has represented New Zealand in the Olympic Games in show jumping as well as in eventing. Lately he has concentrated all his efforts in the eventing phase. If I remember right, it was the treble combination that let him down here last year, and he's gone through that clear. So it looks good so far.
So the time looks okay. He takes the option fence. Leonidas the second, Sir Mark Todd cannot afford a fence down to hold their position.
And now Mark showed his real experience to the planks, because he just collected all up. He put him absolutely spot on to the fence. One fence left.
Well, is he about to put his Event Rider Masters form behind him? Sir Mark Todd just takes a quick look over his shoulder. What a round from Leonidas the second. 39.5. They hold 5th term. What a turnaround.
He's back. Leonidas is back. I mean, he never really went away, if we're honest. Such a talent, but we've been waiting for that. That's now 3 in a row show jumping clears in 2017. The cross country is what it's going to be about for Mark Todd and Leonidas. Mark, as we've talked about all the way through, for such a talented rider, for such a talented combination, they haven't yet delivered in an Event Rider Masters Series. It's now set up for the Hills of Barbury. I'm expecting them to be big names later this afternoon.
And I have to say, the Kiwis are dominating on the top 5 at the moment. 3 of them inside the top 5. So Mark Todd clear goes behind Tim Price and Sydney Dufresne. So she currently sits on the podium, but this is a big contender. So Mark Todd, Leonidas the second for Di Brunsden and Peter Cattell. 39.5. 4th place coming into the final phase, Porrick.
Yeah, Mark knows how to make the time in Barbury. He's been around here several times with Leonidas. I think he's won it on one occasion. Is that correct, Dermot?
They were clear inside the time at Belton recently, so they are able to make the time. And yes, the real key thing with Leonidas is last year he's going to have to turn around. You know, he came here last year.
As Mark Todd and Leonidas. Toddy, 9 seconds in hand to go ahead of Sydney Dufresne. There's no better man on board. He was the first person this side of World War II to take back-to-back Olympic titles. That was in 84, 88. But rode his luck slightly at Stonehenge. That problem earlier on at Stonehenge. But Sir Mark Todd, Leonidas in 4th place coming forward to this final phase. Just off the podium, Mark yet to make an impact in the Event Rider Masters Series. He is surely one of the best riders in the world, and for some reason his Event Rider Masters luck just hasn't been there yet. He'll be looking to put that behind him, and certainly we'll get a clock check for him up at the St James's Place Water. I think he's going to be a couple of seconds down, but he's not going to be far off. He would need to be jumping in at 2:55, 1 second down on the clock, Corey.
He looks fast enough. The horse still looks like he's got a lot of running.
Yeah.
If he can stay this energetic and this fresh, I think he could get very, very close to making
Order
the time.
cross country means we won't know the winners until the last horse crosses the line. Mark Todd, Leonidas the second, clear through the SAP corner. 1 minute 45 left on the clock. They needed 1 minute 44, so he is on target. He can be 9 seconds over the time to go ahead of Sydney Dufresne, our current clubhouse leader, on 43.3.
I think bar a big mistake, we're going to have a new leader in a minute. He's still pushing. The horse looks still fresh.
So 3 more combinations to come forward after Sir Mark Todd, as Leonidas comes down.
But firstly, let's move to one of our favourites here, Pippa, Funnel and Chippy.
Well, Pippa, Funnel and Chippy out on course, but Mark Todd, Leonidas coming into the main arena. 55 seconds left on the clock. Needed a minute at the St James's Place Watchtower, so just a few seconds down. And we can just see Sir Mark Todd swinging right-handed to the key flow question. Leonidas the second has been such a superstar for him over the years, and he is on his way home. What can he do? Because he can afford to be 9 seconds over the time. He is motoring coming out of the main arena here at Barbury. It's going to be close. Can he knock Sydney Dufresne off the top of the podium with Tresor Mail? It is one of the most experienced combinations in the field against one of the up-and-coming contenders, and he's not going to make the optimum time, but can he go ahead of Sydney?
It's going to be very, very close.
The penalties start to click up. He clears the last, and I think he's just going to sneak in front. He does.
Let's speak to our riders, and first of all, in third place, it's going to be Sir Mark Todd in Leonidas the second. Sir Mark, we spoke earlier on about your roundup. Let's just talk generically now about the weekend. How's it been for you?
Yeah, no, it's really good. Personally, I'm delighted. I've been trying for 18 months to try and sit on this podium, and I've finally made it. So it's not quite the top spot, but we can't be too choosy. But no, it's all gone really well.
And in general, how have you found being here at Barbury? Because it's an iconic location, isn't it? And the dressage was a superb competition, and show jumping was amazing, and what a great finish with the cross country.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is one of the best venues anywhere in the world, actually. You know, there's great viewing, the spectators can see everywhere. The undulations make the course interesting. The ground, although it's firm this year, at least it's a flat level surface, and it's always great fun to be here.
Sir Mark, thank you very much. Congratulations, third place, Sir Mark Todd.